Good morning, boys and girls. For today's science lesson, we are going to continue working in our unit called Waves, Light, and Sound. Our lesson today is going to be about light. Our objective is students will consider materials from the perspective of how much light they let through. Here are some words to know for this lesson. Light. Light is the type of energy that can be seen through our eyes. Transparent, a way to describe an object or material that lets light energy move through it. Material, what something is made of. Opaque, a way to describe an object or material that blocks all light energy from passing through it. And translucent, which is a way to describe an object or material that lets some light energy pass through it. For today's lesson, we're going to do our investigation with Mystery Science. So I'm going to play a video called What If There Were No Windows? And we're going to watch this video and listen to Mystery Doug. Let me play the video for you.
Hi, it's Doug. I want you to use your imagination today. Imagine that you woke up one morning and your room seemed unusually dark for morning time. So you go downstairs to the living room. And wow, it looks dark here too. In fact, the whole house looks pretty dark. And that's when you realize, wait, where are the windows that used to be here? What is going on? The windows in your house are all gone. It's all just walls. So you ask your parents, what happened to the windows? And your parents say, what are windows? Are you serious? You ask them. You know, windows, the things made of glass that let us see outside. What's glass? Your parents ask you. You guys don't know what glass is? Come on, you know what I'm talking about. It's that stuff that our car's windshield is made of. It's see-through. So you take your parents out to the driveway to show them. But to your surprise, even the car's windshield isn't there. It's just metal. What is going on? It's like you're living in a world where there's no glass. There's no material that's see-through, no windshields, no windows, nothing. Now, luckily, all of this has just been using our imagination. But what would this world be like? I mean, if there were no see-through materials, no glass, nothing see-through at all, how would your life be different?
Now, let's open this letter from Mystery Doug. It says, how would your life be different if there were no glass? Let's take a few seconds to think about it. So what Doug was telling us was that if there were no glass, we wouldn't have windows or windshields. So we wouldn't be able to see in our houses and in our cars. Another thing is, we won't have things that are made out of glass, like bottles, glasses, the lenses of glasses, and mirrors. Let's find out more and continue our video.
Without see-through material like glass, it'd be terrible. Having something be see-through is really important. It's so important that we even give see-through its own fancy word, transparent, which means lets light through. Like if we didn't have glass, we wouldn't be able to have windows that let light through to our homes or schools or buildings during the daytime. It'd be all dark and gloomy inside. Kind of sad. Or imagine if we couldn't let light into our cars. If we didn't have windshields. To see where they're going, the driver would have to stick their head out of the car. That would make it so hard to drive. But you know what? We actually haven't always had things that are see-through. See-through materials like glass had to be invented. Before they were invented, most people's homes didn't have windows. Think of how dark it would have been inside this house. These homes were completely made of materials that weren't see-through, materials like wood or stone. These are not see-through. The fancy word for this is opaque, but I'll keep saying not see-through for now. I'll bet you can think of other examples of things that are not see-through or opaque, like a metal pan or what the walls are made of in your house. So, a long time ago, when wood and stone and metal were the only materials that people had, houses couldn't have windows because none of those materials are see-through. But the very first windows weren't actually made of glass. Before glass was invented, people had discovered something special. Take a look at this. People discovered rocks that were made of this stuff. If you're curious, it's called mica. You can see that mica peels off in layers or sheets using a tool. Now, there's something to notice about this. Watch what happens if I take a piece of mica and I put my hand behind it. Look, notice how you can kind of see my fingers? It's a bit blurry and hard to see, but mica is kind of see-through. Scientists call this translucent. So if people could find mica, instead of having dark houses, people could make the very first kind of windows. Do you see how it lets light into the room? But it's still kind of blurry. You can't see clearly outside since mica is only kind of see-through. So what about the windows we have today? Who discovered glass? Glass was invented a long time ago, so long ago that we don't even know the person's name. All we know is that someone had the idea to put sand into a really hot oven. Yeah, sand, like at the beach. Here's someone today who does this. What happens when you put sand in a really hot oven? Well, once the sand gets hot enough, it melts. And you can see, look here, it looks a lot like lava, doesn't it? Now that it's melted, then you can pour the melted sand like this. And then once it cools off, it does become hard and see-through. It becomes glass. This is a window being made. See right there? But you could have made it into any shape, even into glass bottles like this. So once people discovered that they could melt sand to make glass, we could have the first totally see-through windows. Take a look around you now. All the glass you see was once sand that had to be melted. Thank goodness for whoever discovered this strange fact about sand, because this is how we have windows, but also windshields, eyeglasses, and anything made of glass. So we've seen that in terms of how see-through something is, there's not see-through, materials like wood, there's kind of see-through, like the first types of windows, and there's completely see-through, like today's glass windows. But is glass the only thing that's completely see-through?
So I'm going to stop our video here, and I'm going to introduce an activity that I would like for all students to do. I would like all students, after watching this first half of the video, to find and draw a picture of something in your house that is opaque, translucent, and transparent. So you should have 3 drawings, one that's opaque, one that's translucent, and one that's transparent, and label your picture. Then, I would like you to fill in the blank to answer this question. If there were no transparent materials, blank. You're going to answer this. So everyone who has watched the science lesson should turn this in by the end of the day. When you're done working on the activity, please take a picture of your work and upload it to your portfolio page. Now, this is the activity that I'm expecting from everyone. However, There are 2 more mystery science activities in this video, but because we are not in the classroom and you might not have the materials at home, I am not expecting students to do this. However, if you would like to, I'm going to show you the materials and the instructions and play the rest of the video so that you may do this at home. So the first activity is a material sort. This is an extension of what I'm asking every student to do. Mystery Science is asking that you find materials that are opaque, translucent, and transparent, and have your students sort them into different piles. Then, create a paper-stained glass flower. So, the materials for that is Glad press and seal contact paper, various colors of tissue paper, and a flower shape printout that I will be uploading to the Class Dojo page. You should prepare the materials by using scissors or paper cutter. Cut the tissue paper into small squares and long strips. Then follow the instructions in the video, and when you're done, hang the paper stained glass flower on a window. If you do this part of the activity, please take a picture of your stained glass flowers so that I can share it on our class story. Now I will play the rest of the video for you, but remember you are not expected to do these activities.
Well, go find out for yourself. In a minute, you'll get a pile of materials and 3 pieces of paper to sort the materials onto. You're going to look through each material. If you can see clearly through a material, it's see-through or transparent. So you'll put it there. If you can't see anything through a material, then it's not see-through. So you'll put it there. And if you can see through material just a little bit, maybe you see some blurry shapes or a little light coming through, then that material is just kind of see-through. So you'll put it there. If you're in a class, you'll sort the materials you get with a few friends in a group. In today's activity, you're going to make artwork to hang up in a window like this. Now, most people today have see-through glass windows. So no one would ever use just a kind of see-through window like this anymore, right? Well, actually, some people do. Some people have colorful windows that look like this. They let light shine through, but you can't see outside of them. They're only kind of see-through. This type of window is called a stained glass window, and they're made by artists. Today, you're going to be an artist who makes something similar to hang in your window. Now, to make your stained glass window, you'll use tissue paper, like this, which is kind of see-through. When you're done, you'll stick the sticky paper to a window and see what it looks like when the sun shines through. Are you ready? I'll walk you through the activity, step by step. Get your supplies. You'll need small pieces of tissue paper and a flower shape page. You'll get the sticky paper later. When you're done with this step, click the arrow on the right. Have someone lay a piece of sticky paper on top of your shape sheet with the sticky side facing up. Make sure the sticky side is up and not down. That's important. Put tissue paper pieces on the sticky paper. They'll stick when you push them down, but you can also pull them up if you want to move them. You can make your flower using any colors you want. You don't need to make it look like ours. When your artwork is done, go to the next step. When your artwork is done, press all the tissue paper down firmly like this. Have someone pick up the paper and press the sticky side to a clean window like this. Look at how the light shines through. Tissue paper is kind of see-through, but look at the places where one piece of tissue paper is on top of another piece. What happens there?
Again, that is the last of our Mr. Science video. And this is the activity that I should receive from everyone after watching this science lesson. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.